I stood there on the edge of those steps, staring at my feet for what felt like days. It's not easy delivering oneself from womb to world, though eventually the muscles contract and out you go. When my feet hit that dirt, my anxiety shot through me like a bullet from a man in a checkered shirt. Agoraphobia, they called it. And I thought he had no sense of humor.
Don't have all your coordination back yet, looks like.
Doc? That was you?
Nothing gets by you, huh?
Why would you? I actually feel a little bit better. But I bet you knew that would happen, didn't you?
Yep, sure did.
You were watching me the whole time?
Yep.
I wanted to say thank you again for everything.
Don't mention it.
I appreciated that man more than I can express. And if you look close enough, you might have even seen me smile. But don't tell nobody. Yeah, good old Doc watched me from the window staring at the ground. If he didn't give me that shove,
Good luck.
I might still be standing there. Take care of yourself, Doc. Doc closed the door behind him and put the world in front of me. I had no clue what I was going to do. What the hell do I do now? So I went for a walk. Someone's walking over there. Wonder if he's as friendly as Doc. Doesn't look it. He wasn't either. Maybe I'll go this way. Smart choice. That wind sure does feel a lot nicer than when it's just barely blowing through the cracks in Doc's house. What the hell? My first dust devil. Ugh, mouthful of grossness. Huh. When you experience the world for the first time, the tiniest things will amuse you. I sure was amused. A mailbox. Eventually you learn what you should and should not do. Eventually. I'm just going to keep moving. Another good idea. There's someone. And those things. Maybe I'll just go say hi. Hey there, friend. How are you? Huh. This is not going to be easy. No, it wasn't easy trying to acclimate to the wasteland. But hey, if at first you don't succeed, go bother someone else. Okay then. I hope this cringing urge to run back to Doc's goes away soon. It's not very pleasant. Huh? Stop. Here? Why? I don't. Strange yet oddly familiar. Just like I was. Oh well. I may have not found much conversation walking around Goodsprings, but that's how they grow. I had begun my life's education, and it was pretty cool for the most part. Seeing where and how most of the food I had been eating was grown from. My excitement, however, pretty much stopped there. Here we go. This one looks like he wants to actually talk. Okay, Hey! Hey there, how are you? Hi. Yeah. It's a nice day. Okay. Well, that was awkward. I must not be doing this right. Sometimes I think I still don't. I made my way to the north end of Goodsprings, and there I stood, a symbol of my past life, peering deep into my soul with its rusty eyes. Perhaps for some, it would instill rage, murderous visions, an undying sense of revenge. For me, at least then, I was just happy to be alive. Not just yet. And I hadn't yet any desire to revisit that memory. Well, that does it. I've walked this entire town, and not a single person said hi. Doc did tell me, though.
It's a quiet town, and that's how we like it. Patience, keep moving.
Goodsprings. You can see that tower from everywhere. Saloon. He did mention it. Another one of these things. I guess it won't hurt. I hope. It's not even that heavy. Look how the wind just takes it. For something so big, it sure gets knocked around pretty easy. Someone's sitting there, and part of me thinks, why even bother? Oh well, Prospector Saloon, open 24 hours. Here goes everything. Hey there, sir. How are you on this fine evening?
Howdy.
Oh.
What can Easy Pete do for you?
Well, that was unexpected. Honestly, with my experience around town so far, I wasn't even expecting a hello. Easy Pete, is it? How'd you get that name?
Was a prospector until I decided to settle here to get away from the NCR. Now we'll just take it easy and help out with the Brahmin and Bighorners.
Bighorners? Yeah, the creatures with the big horns back there. I was almost thinking that they were just pets. Awfully big ones. What do you use them for?
Meat and hide, mostly. Can't put a pack on them. You just lay down until you take it off. Can find a bunch of wild ones high up in the hills, but gotta be careful around them.
Why's that?
They can put up a decent fight if cornered.
Well, thank you, Pete. I'll keep that in mind. You mentioned that you used to be a prospector. I read a few books at Doc's house about them. They'd mine for gold and silver, right? Did you ever strike it rich? I think that's what they called it.
Nah. Means I poke through old buildings looking for working tech and such.
Oh.
Some folks just call it salvaging, but never liked the term.
No? Why not?
Way I see it, salvage means it's broken, near worthless. Me, I looked for the good stuff. Guns, chems, spare parts. Good money in it.
Well, maybe one day I'll hit the road and come back and trade some stories with you. Doesn't sound like a bad way to make a living. I could sure use some extra money. So no gold and silver bars for you then, huh?
Nope. Had a pretty good claim once, way out east by the river, but got run off by raiders.
Raiders?
Eventually got too old to keep going out.
Too old? Pete, I bet you could still run circles around some of these youngins. Earlier, you mentioned something about trying to get away from the NCR earlier. Doc told me a little bit about them, but he didn't make them sound like bad people.
Don't get me wrong. The NCR's got a lot of decent folk in it. It's just that they make you part of them whether you like it or not.
Huh.
Towns like Goodsprings and Prim don't stay independent for long. Not if you've got something the NCR wants. Still, the NCR keeps the Legion away.
The Legion? I never heard about them. I suppose it was time to move on before he told me about them. Can you tell me anything about them?
They're slavers.
Slavers?
Led by a guy named Caesar. Or Caesar. Not sure how you're supposed to say it. A couple of years ago, they tried to take over Hoover Dam, but the NCR beat them back. The NCR didn't or couldn't finish the job, though. The Legion's got its strength back and is getting ready for another round at the dam. My money's still on the NCR winning, but you never know. We've been hearing stories about legionaries on the Nevada side of the river, so keep a gun handy.
A gun?
You don't want to get caught by them.
I'm not sure I'd even know how to shoot one, but thanks. I'll be sure to keep an eye out for them. Well, I don't mean to take up your whole evening. I appreciate you spending some time to talk with me. I was beginning to think that no one in this town knew how to. I guess I should be on my way. Thanks again, Pete. Hopefully we'll chat again sometime soon.
Keep your gun handy if you go poking around some of the abandoned places around here, like the schoolhouse. Critters move in there sometimes.
The schoolhouse, huh? Okay. Looks like you got your gun handy. I guess I should be thinking about getting my own. Take it easy, old-timer. Now what? Open 24 hours. Doc did mention it. Maybe they'll have some work. Whew. More new places. Oh! Relax!
Cheyenne, stay.
Cheyenne.
Don't worry. She won't bite unless I tell her to.
Nice to meet you. I appreciate you calling off Hell's Hound here. My name's Sawyer. You could say that I'm pretty new to town, just trying to get my lay of the land, but I seem to be having some difficulties with it. Just trying to find where I belong, you know? So, how about you? What do you do around here?
I hunt geckos mostly. The meat's pretty good and I can always find a buyer for the hides. I also help keep the town clear of rat scorpions and coyotes. Not many people live in Goodsprings, so wildlife is always creeping in.
Rat scorpions? Geckos? You mean the little... there must be a whole lot that Doc forgot to inform me about. Sounds like you're a pretty busy person. Well, I won't take up any more of your time. I guess I'm just going to have a look around then. Take care of yourself.
Until next time.
Until next time. What am I doing?
Cheyenne, here. Go easy on it now.
You know, she takes care of her dog pretty good. If anyone's going to help me around here, it might be her. To her, I'm probably just another stray.
Howdy.
Howdy. Sorry to bother you again, but oh,
Cheyenne, stay. Sticking around Goodsprings for a while longer?
thanks. Yeah. I'm sure that you could tell I have no idea what I'm doing. I have a little bit of money in no direction whatsoever. You don't know of any work around here or anything, do you?
Not in Goodsprings, no. But if you're up for a little scavenging, there's always the schoolhouse. Most of what's in there is junk, but there's this old safe that even Easy Pete wasn't able to crack with dynamite. If you want to take a shot at it, take these.
You mean prospecting, as he'd call it? We just had a talk outside. What are these for?
If the lock's too much for you to handle, reading through the magazine might give you the edge you need.
I like reading. I'll probably give it a look anyways. And these things?
You'll need those to pick the lock. Be careful, though. Put too much pressure on them, and they'll snap.
Okay. Okay. Perhaps I'll give the whirl sometime. Thank you.
Always happy to help someone down on their luck.
The only way I could be more down is if I were sitting in a grave with a bullet in my head. I don't mean to abuse your hospitality, but would you mind if I asked a few more questions?
Sure. What do you want to know?
Well, Goodsprings can't be the only town around here, right? Are there any other settlements close by?
Southeast of here is Prim. Can't miss it. Since it has the giant old roller coaster right in the middle of town. The NCR's got an outpost there. If you follow the road north, you'll eventually hit Sloan and Quarry Junction. They mine rocks or something, but I heard they got troubles lately.
Huh.
I wouldn't head that direction if I were you, though.
No?
Got critters up there that don't take kindly to getting shot.
I know how they feel. What kind of creatures are we talking about? Like those bighorners, or?
Around here, mostly coyotes and geckos. The coyotes are pretty dangerous in large packs, but otherwise they're nothing to really worry about. The geckos aren't too tough, but they've got a nasty bite. I've heard about bigger, nastier versions out in the wasteland, but I've never seen them. Stick to the roads when you can,
Okay.
and steer clear of the hills north of Goodsprings.
The hills?
The critters up there are big and poisonous.
I'll keep all of that in mind. As it appears, you're the most helpful person in this town. Maybe other than Doc. I'm sure there's still quite a lot of things that I don't know, that I probably should.
If you want to know anything else, just ask.
Wow, thank you. I won't take up any more of your time for now. Thank you, miss. Really.
Until next time.
Until next time. See you later, Cheyenne.
And that's how we like it. Keep moving.
Good old Doc. Thank you. Look at this place. It's all fancy. Look at that. Terminal now working.
Howdy.
Howdy. Earn caps. Hey, do you mind if I use this thing? Make friends. Doing a great job at that so far. Let's see. How do I... apparently my fingers remember how to use this thing. I'd like to invite everyone to take a look at our recently fixed Help Wanted terminal. It's been out of order and in storage for months, but thanks to the kindness of a drifter who passed through Goodsprings a few days ago, the terminal is back up and running. Whenever folks need help with something, they can come talk to me, and I'll be glad to add an entry to this terminal. A few rules for using the new terminal. Rules. If I didn't know better, I'd say Doc fixed this thing. 1. No food or drinks near the terminal. We were lucky to get it fixed once. I wouldn't put much of a bet on a tech-savvy wanderer being around the next time it breaks. 2. No perverted Help Wanted entries. One dirty old man made a request for the Help Wanted terminal that was so filthy I nearly washed his mouth and my own ears out with soap. I won't go into any details, but suffice to say, if you have any bighorn or livestock, I'd keep a close eye on them for the next week or two. Is this person trying to say that... No. Dear sir or madam, Thank you for taking the time out of your no doubt busy schedule to accommodate a fellow Mojave resident. I require assistance in a somewhat delicate manner and implore any able-bodied individual in possession of competent mental and physical faculties to visit my personal residence for an elaboration on the task at hand. I want to heartily assure the recipient of this request that nothing of an illegal nature will be required by the constituent, as long as one allows a somewhat lenient interpretation of certain bylaws of an overly stuffy nature. Your application for employment, as it were, will be accepted if you can capably locate my personal residence given only the following information. I possess a commanding view of the backside. You possess a commanding view of the backside? What? Oh, there's more. Of an enormous man-made artificial construct in the likeness of a fearsome reptilian predator. Well, I guess that's better than a backside. I am the only denizen of the area in question that requires an elevator taller than the fearsome beast itself to reach my front door. For the seasoned traveler, this task should prove trivial. Once you have located my residence, look near my personal elevator for a safe, connected to a pneumatic tube system which conveys correspondence and sundries to a similar container at the next screen front of my residence. I have secured the container with a primitive locking mechanism. Compromise the security in any way you see fit, though preferably in a way that doesn't damage my container. Access the contents of the ground level safe for more details on your assignment. Best of luck, and I eagerly anticipate enthusiastic footsteps far below my abode post-haste. M. Higginbottom. Sounds a little too out of my league. Oh well. Hey there. Do you hear that?
Hey there.
Okay then. Strange. Oh well. The day started slow, but I guess I could count it as a success now. Kind of, anyway. That radio signal must be broken or something.
Ratio of, say, 10 females to each male.
It was a strange new world. Strange new people. Strange new creatures. Strange new sounds.
Nuclear reactors to provide power almost indefinitely.
It was a lot to take in. Starting to get dark out. Even the old man went home. Or somewhere. I need to find a place to sleep. And something to eat. Getting kinda hungry. The general store. I got a couple hundred of these caps that Doc gave me. Maybe I can put them to use. Hopefully someone's home. The light's on anyways. Could at least buy a pillow or something. Here goes. A holy bighorner. Look at all this stuff. Wow. Oh, Doc must stop by here too. There's everybody cleaning up stuff. Sir?
You must be the one Doc Mitchell was patching up. Way I heard it, I didn't think you'd be walking out of that office. I've got plenty of supplies for sale. Even got some weapon mods and special ammo. Well worth the caps if you ask me. If you're hurting for caps, I've also got boxes of surplus ammo in the miscellaneous section. They're not great, but you get what you pay for.
That's a lot of information, friend, and I've been crammed full of it all day. I was just hoping that you might allow me to take a look around.
Can do.
I appreciate it. Stuff's kind of pricey. I could just pick some of this from Doc's backyard. Not a beer drinker, I don't think. Maybe he has some water around here. What else you have? Pistol. Maybe. What? Excuse me, sir. There's something in your back room. Mind if I take a look at that? And it does sound like I could use a gun. Yeah, that'll do it. That'll do just nicely. I'll take it. And maybe that pistol, too. And if you got any water.
Take it easy now.
Thank you, Chet. I appreciate that. Except now I'm almost broke. At least I got a place to sleep tonight. Now I just have to find it. Take care. My first night in the Mojave. Alone. And actually in it. Where am I going to throw this? I guess you wouldn't mind. What was that? Oh, shit. That didn't sound friendly. He doesn't seem to be worried, though. Huh. I mean, at least I know I won't be bothering anyone up there. Or trespassing. There it is again. Stay out of the hills, she told me. I think I'll do just that. I don't want to disappoint the man, but it's not like I'm knocking on the door asking to come back in. Yeah. And there's a fence. A fence indeed. So that's what I did. I opened and then locked the gate to Doc's backyard. Threw open my sleeping bag, quietly, as I could hear Doc breaking things in the kitchen. He never was good around it. And I took inventory of my things. Chet, he didn't even realize that there was a shotgun rolled up in the sleeping bag. Someone must have sold it to him and he probably never even opened it. Good for me, huh? Had my pistol, a good condition splatter gun, half a bottle of scotch filled with only water, and some maize from Doc's backyard. I won't lie to you, I was shaking in my boots all night. The evening sounds of the Mojave are not something one gets used to right away. Now that I got my guns that everyone told me I should have, I'll have to learn how to use them. Not many bullets, though. Not many bullets. Back then, I needed more than one per target. Yeah, I was what you'd call a greenhorn. But this is the Mojave. Not many things out here tend to stay green for too long.